Let's see here. It's half hour from Memphis.
Okay.
As we welcome in right now from your Athletics.
Yes.
Really, really happy to talk to this guy. He won't remember it. Saw him it's just a couple days after he signed his contract. I saw him in the hall with a couple of friends, I think of his, at a Kings game.
Yeah.
Out celebrating and said hello and welcome to Sacramento. Super nice guy. Joining us right now, Brent Rooker. Brent, it's Dave. It's Jason. Good morning. How are you, sir? Oh, hold on. We can see him.
You guys hear me?
There we go. Hey, Brent. Sorry. Good morning.
Yeah, no worries. I don't know how good my my hotel Wi-Fi is here, so we're gonna do our best.
How's the room, Brent?
That's not bad. Not bad. Nice little area here in Kansas City, down in the plaza. Some good restaurants and stuff around, so not a bad place to be.
Nice. Well, what was the restaurant, Dave? You wanted to see if you knew
it was when you're.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear us? Hold on. He could hear us. Now he can.
I can hear you. I can hear. Now I can.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, you know what? A couple speed bumps. That's fine. It says you were born in Germantown, but a lot of times someone's born in a place, they don't, then they move or whatever. So I always like to look on Google Maps for highlights, and I see the Stony River Steakhouse. I see a place called Chicken Salad Chick.
Sure.
Were you? Did you spend much time in Germantown, or did you move really quickly?
No, I was born and raised in Germantown.
Okay.
Me and my wife, we lived in Nashville for 5 years after I got drafted, but we have moved back to Germantown since we've had kids. So, I've spent of my 30 years, I've spent 25 of them in Germantown or so.
Oh, he's a regular.
So if I'm in Germantown, if I go, hey, funny enough, we're vacationing in Germantown in a couple of months.
I got all the spots. I know.
Is there a go-to restaurant?
Depends on what you're looking for. Obviously, Memphis. We got all the barbecue spots. My favorite local spot is Huey's, just a little like burger bar and grill type situation. That's a go-to. So depends on what you're looking for. We got options, but yeah, I'm definitely born and raised and still a resident.
Love it.
Well, there you go. Well, Brent, by the way, happy Father's Day coming up to you this weekend. And have you found that same kind of? I know you're still relatively new to our area here in Sacramento. Have you found those spots here that you would go? Yeah, I'd vouch for that, and I'd go to these places.
Not really. We live out in Roseville a little bit, so we're kind of out there. And most of my mornings before games are spent hanging out with the kids and swimming in the pool and things like that. So we haven't gotten out a ton. We haven't explored a lot. A lot of our meals are at home, obviously with the two kids and with the busy schedule. But as we're going to be obviously here for the next few years. We'll look to get out and explore and kind of identify those places.
This is at least the second. Was it JP Sears?
I think he lives out there.
I live in Roseville. All these A's are living in Roseville. So you did me a solid with Huey's. If you need any Roseville help,
sure. I'll take whatever you got.
Are you a golfer?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then we'll have to trade some notes. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to throw you a curveball here, which of course you'll jack out of the park, but I don't expect to. Maybe you do remember this, maybe you don't. But in reading about you and understanding your history, November 16th of 2022, does that date ring a bell at all?
Which date? Which 16th?
November 16th,
November
2022.
16th, 2022. Yeah, I mean, I think I know where that's going.
So this was the day in between. This is what I love about him, and this is such a typical A's thing, right? That was the day in between the Royals designating Brent Rooker and the A's picking him up off of waivers. And 7 or 8 months later, you're an all-star. You hit 30 home runs. I believe you were the player of the month in April, I read as well. Remember you coming up. Dude, how much of was it like a tornado head spin for you going from wondering what your future was going to be like to being an all-star? Or was it one of those, screw these guys, I knew it was in me all along and it's not a surprise? I mean, where was your head at during those first 7-8 months?
No, it happened quick. And if I were to sit here and tell you that I knew all along I could be an all-star, I'd be lying. I mean, I thought I could be a productive major league player. I thought I was good enough to be on a roster and stick on a roster and contribute in some way. I didn't know in what capacity that was, but I was just kind of looking for someone to give me an opportunity to prove that I belong and prove that I could stay. And like I said, be a relatively productive major leaguer. And I got that opportunity here and was able to run with it. And honestly, ended up being, I ended up being better than I thought I could be. Just to be candid and be honest, I didn't see the level of success that I've had. I didn't really see that as possible. Like I said, I thought I could be a productive major leaguer and stick on a roster, but to make an all-star game that quickly and do the things that happened after that, I didn't really see that as a possibility at that time of November 16th, 2022, for sure.
Well, it's been fun to watch you develop, fun to watch you play, whether it was in Oakland or now here in Sacramento. Been to a lot of games this year, and every time you come up, I hear Hotel California and the Eagles is your walk-up song. What's the thought process behind that?
I don't know. I like that. I like the song. I've always wanted to use it as a walk-up for several years. I just never have. I went with Stevie Nicks all year last year, and the beginning of this year, and I don't know. I just wanted something different. Wanted to change it up a little bit, and like I said, I've been wanting to use that part of Hotel California for a while, and just thought it was appropriate. Thought it was the right time, and I liked it. I like that vibe. I kind of like I like to change it up a little bit. There's not a lot of walk-up songs from the Stevie Nicks, the Eagles era. So I like to mix it in a little bit and change up the vibe. So I like the way it sounds, and I'll roll with it for now.
That's interesting. I was just going to go there because that's not your typical, you're not in that age group where you were rolling around in the 70s with Fleetwood Mac and the Eagles. Is it a coincidence, or is that a genre of music you're into more than, let's say, today's, your Disturbeds and your Coldplays, your Panteras, or whatever the hell? Is that a thing for you?
Yeah, I like all eras of music. I got a pretty broad range of music taste. I would say from that era, I like the hits. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm like a deep 70s cut music guy, but the more played ones, the popular ones, I like to dabble in that. And like I said, my music taste is pretty wide reaching.
Talk with Brent Rooker of the A's. Brent, I'm thinking of maybe it's a two-parter here. One, as your teammate, want to know what your reaction was the other day when Clark makes that just incredible catch in center. But as
one?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But as a second part of that, what if you hit that ball? And you're like, you got it, and you're like, there's a tip of the cap, but there's also like, are you kidding me? That was a home run. Just kind of where were you on that whole situation?
Yeah, from being on his team, I was in shock and amazement. I was out in left. Obviously, I don't get out there a ton, but happened to be in left that night. And watching him, how far he got over the wall and reached to make that catch was truly unbelievable. I was talking to him as he was moving back, obviously trying to let him know how much room he had. He has no use for me out there. He doesn't need me telling him anything. He's got it under control. But I was trying to contribute in some way. And watching him, time it perfectly, know his steps, know where he was with the wall, make that jump. Be able to kind of control his body in the air and make the catch is unbelievable. He's a special talent out there, and it's fun to watch. It seems like he does something crazy like that just about every night, saves us a run or two every night. So he's been a blast to watch run around out there. And yeah, as a hitter, when that happens, it's demoralizing. It's one of the worst feelings because there's like 4 or 5 seconds when the ball's in the air when you're kind of riding this high. You're like, all right, I got it. That's a homer. Obviously one of the better feelings in our sport, and to watch a guy make a play like that will bring you down. I've had my fair share robbed, and it's not a fun feeling.
I'll just bet that 99% of the time somebody gets robbed, it's not when they're red hot. It's when they're on like a 1 for 7.
Yeah, it's when you need it. You need it. Yeah.
I'm fascinated, Brent. I love the intricacies of the sport. So you're out there and you're letting him know, or you're trying to help on distance. I'm just honestly curious. Are you approximating feet and yelling him out? Are you yelling out track? How are you alerting him verbally where he's at?
Yeah, no, it's more just the generalities. It's as he's moving back, you're trying to yell, you got room, you got room, you got room, you can remain at full speed. And then as he starts to get closer, you're yelling wall, like find it, or wall. Just let him know, like, all right, maybe put your arm out to try to feel where the wall is. But again, he's so good out there, he doesn't need me telling him anything. If you watch his routes and you watch him go about his business, he's checking for the wall 2 or 3 times on his way back without breaking stride. He knows exactly where he is in space, and his ability to control his body, when he's going up against the wall, when he's in the air, when he's hanging over the fence is something pretty special.
Like Dave said, the intricacies of the sport. It's so difficult, let alone to hit a baseball, to get it the production. The other day, you're 4 for 5, hit a couple home runs. Was something different? Did the ball look different? Easier to see, like, or just kind of, hey, it's baseball. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. How'd that go for you the other day?
No, it was a good day. The week or so kind of leading up to that, and really for the past 2 weeks, I felt like my bats have been really good. I feel like my swings has been in a good place. And then the process has been good. And, when those two things kind of align and my swing feels good, I'm swinging at the right pitches. We'll catch hot streaks every now and then. And the goal is just kind of make those hot streaks last as long as you can.
On a scale of 1 to Wade Boggs eating chicken before every game, how superstitious are you?
I am not at all.
Wow.
I am not. The only thing I do is, like, if I'm on deck, I have to, like, all the on deck stuff, like the bat weight, the pine tar rag, the stick, all that stuff has to be on the on deck circle, like, and the actual circle for me while I'm on deck. That's more just like I don't know if that's superstition. It's more just like a courtesy thing. Like, I don't want a catcher trying to come catch a foul pop up and stepping on a weight and getting hurt or something. So I'm just trying to consolidate all that stuff. But I know I'm very routine, but I think all of us are routine, but I'm not a person who, if I get out of my routine or I have to do something a little bit different, thinks that it's going to affect me in any way.
What's going on in the clubhouse these days? What game? What's the topic? What are you guys kind of carrying with you from city to city right now?
Typical card games. I'm not a card player, but guys are playing cards a lot. There's a group of us who plays chess a pretty good bit, which is fun. Right now is obviously the U.S. Open, so following that, I'm going to be watching that this weekend, which is always a fun time when there's a major or something like that going on the TV. So that's a good one. But no, we got a good group of guys who like hanging out, and it's the clubhouse is a fun place to be for us.
What would you shoot from the tips at Oakmont? That was the big conversation this week. Most of the pros said around, let's say, an 18-17 handicap, you're shooting around 140, 150. If you're able to complete the course with the allotted 12 balls, what do you think you're doing out there from the tips realistically?
I mean, I don't think I keep it under 100. I think index right now is like a 5.8. So I can get it around a little bit. I'm not great by any means. Like, I can hit the ball.
Well,
I don't know. I think 100 to 110. I think if I walked out there today and I was like, all right, I'm playing from the tips, I think like my expectation would be somewhere between 100 and 110.
Who hits it further, you or Sears? Because he was saying
Sears. JP is way better than me. JP is the best.
Really?
JP is the best on our team. JP moves it.
Wow.
JP can he can swing it.
Yeah.
So if we had a foursome of the A's, who's the best 4 that you'd have out there?
Great question.
Who the best 4?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
JP.
Yeah, JP.
Me, I mean, JP, obviously, I haven't played with Holman yet. I've played in groups around him. I haven't played in a group with him. I've heard Holman's pretty good. Ferguson's pretty good. And then I think I would round out that 4. I think those are probably the 4.
You with the pitchers. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Works. Yeah.
Pitchers always play more, obviously. So.
Yeah, it's true.
I want you to know, we it's not that we don't want to talk about baseball. We just know it's kind of we just want to have some fun with you. I
enjoy talking about things that aren't baseball. I do a lot of baseball talking, so anything you guys
exactly. It's our first visit. Want it to, so last thing, because we know you got to, speaking to routine, you got the game today in Kansas City. We appreciate you joining us, especially on a game day. Look, we have a long-standing rule here on the show. We don't get into people's pockets. We know about what they make, but we don't get specifically into people's pockets. But one of my favorite questions is always, look, we talked about November 2022, you were bouncing around. You're young. You've got the whole future with you and your family ahead of you. You're an all-star. You sign a nice deal in the off season. Your grandkids will probably go to private school, and God bless you for it. But was there a dumb, I say dumb in air quotes, was there anything you purchased or spent money on
because you could,
because after you signed that you couldn't? Was there any sort of a, again, air quotes, dumb purchase you made to celebrate after you signed the big deal?
No, the person that I am married to does not allow dumb purchases.
Well done.
All of our purchases are very responsible, very thought out. There's a reason behind all of them. So no, I don't. Okay. I mean, there's some. I mean, obviously just small things, but no, neither one of us are huge spenders, I'd say. So. The battles you pick and choose, and a dumb purchase is not one that I'm willing to fight from my wife. She is very, very, very responsible financially.
Well, I can come at it from another angle then as we wrap up. What kind of balls do you hit on the course there?
I play Pro. I like Pro V1s. That's my
Okay. See, there you go. That's
if that's the expensive taste, that'll work.
Right.
Yeah,
that's how you know. Brent, your story is amazing. We root for you. We truly do. It's in a long line of A's that just are A's. You know, when others give up, the true talent underneath comes to the surface, and we're very proud of your progress and also the way you represent the city of Sacramento and West Sacramento while you're here. So welcome aboard. We'll have to trade ideas on some courses one of these days this summer. We hope you have some time to come back and chat with us.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Brent Rooker. Awesome. Kind of that's all you know.
Yeah.
You're playing Pro V1s. You ain't struggling.
Yeah, good for him.
We'll take a break when we come back. It's Friday Fun and Game.